For me personally, this week's been a bit of a funny roller coaster of a week. It would seem that my health is improving, but I still have a problem with my gut because of all the trauma, the knife wounds that I received through insurgents working for Russia. You see, I used to campaign about DARE, drug awareness, and all that sort of stuff. I didn't like it, So never mind. I think I did free a fellow musician from being used as a drug mule magnet. So anyway, back to me and my qualifications. I'm a fully qualified mental health carer, and I have a problem with my siblings. They've changed since I became fully qualified in mental health care. It's not that clever, really. It just happens to be that they have their problems. They get ill. I don't suffer with anything like that. I'm a fully qualified motor engineer, and I'm going back to business. But I'm changing a few things around in here, and I'm going to get this room sorted differently. I'm still signed off work indefinitely because of the damage. And I'm filing dormant accounts this year again, and because what's happened in Parliament over IDs of all sorts of stuff, that's caused a big problem for Companies House and all the other things with extra paperwork, So I'm filing dormant accounts again. I've got to make a special representation to explain everything that's gone wrong. That will sort itself out with paperwork. But within the next year or so, I should be in business. So I'm going to go back to my I'm going to do a bit more calorie counting soon. I've used the food to repair the body damage. It's magnesium and zinc that my body needed, and it's in certain foods. So that's that. I'm going to have more tea breaks. I'm going to have more tea. And Z, do not join the EU. Your country will be forced to follow draconian, environmental, damaging for your fuel and your transport network system. They are finding ways of fining other countries to pay for their own expenses. I'm doing this railway thing, infrastructure, when I got my businesses going. I've got Scamal AAC, which I'm going to bring out. I'm going to be doing defence systems. So it'd be really good. As well as trucks, buses, and all that sort of stuff. Don't join the EU. Did you know that Germany is going to do a U-turn on their electrical vehicle platform? And so is the United States. I've advised them that they've been following the wrong path with carbon neutral. I think they're starting to realise that I'm right about the atomic number up in the atmosphere. It's wrong that they're putting these chemicals out of the back of aeroplanes, isn't it? If that is true, you're doing the wrong thing again. I have to say that I'm going to be doing a 6R42 Austin MG Sport. It's going to be dedicated hybrid, dedicated internal combustion engine. You see, we are going to change the legislation in the United Kingdom. We're going to have biofuel dedicated systems for the internal combustion engine, which will waiver the fine on the internal combustion engine. I'm making alternative fuels myself. I first published over 20 years ago about using slime from slug. You don't put slug in the fuel, you put the slime that comes from the slug with tree bark, and you can make fuel from this. Also, chip fat can be used and generated with an additive to run fuel on big vehicles running on internal combustion. There's hydrogen generation. There's a few other patents that I got in the patent office for certain systems, especially for aircraft running with cavitation problems on jet turbines. I have a patent for that. What were the problems I've had with these people abroad attacking me for my business attributes? Don't join the EU. Don't become European is my advice. Don't do it. You'll be far, far better off having your trade work correctly. I'm going to try and get people to back Brexit again in this country. We've got this guy that's trying to give everybody our trade, our fishes, everything. It's absolutely pathetic what he's doing. Because he's saying it's okay, I'll do what you say, Germany, is what he's saying. And he's going to get ousted out soon. I want the Reform Party to continue with Brexit and not join the EU. I want the Conservative Party to say that they're better than they have been for a long time. I want the Labour Party to say they're getting rid of all the socialist idiots that haven't got a clue about economy or people's rights. Don't join the EU. Because the people in the EU are trying to control the EU, so they win everything. Join NATO. Don't join the EU. So I'm going to be making hybrid cars. I'm thinking about making a 1200cc Welt diesel that will run on biofuel. It's going to pass legislation for that, because we're going to change the legislation to allow biofuel to be used. It's not a fossil fuel. If the king can run his vehicles on fossil fuels, the king doesn't run his cars on fossil fuels. He's run on biofuel for over 25 years. If he's allowed to, why can't we? But anyway, we will change the legislation to make our country better again. The fact that we can save the internal combustion engine, we can put hybrid in. I'm thinking about doing a 900cc petrol IC engine with hybrid electricity with my capacitor system eventually. It's going to be brilliant. It's probably going to do 600-700 miles to the gallon when I finally get it all down on paperwork. Have you seen all my science online? It's on Facebook about gravity and all that. Somebody's been stealing that, by the way. And he's not very old in his mind, but he looks a lot older in his face. He's a bit infant, how he wants to fire things off into space. But there we go. That's what a thief looks like. Have I been in the New Scientist? Are they talking about a guy that got all these ideas? I look in the mirror and think, I wonder if anybody sees me, the world's richest person, in peace, without war. I'm going to do defense systems as well. That'd be great. So, you got to defend yourself if somebody comes to try and kill you, haven't you? So we'll make defense systems. So anyway, it's going to be a 900cc petrol IC engine running on these iEngine stuff, and it's going to be with a hybrid system, making hydrogen possibly, to running it for an IC engine, not burning fossil fuel at all. That's my plan. And then there's a 6-cylinder 4-wheel drive hybrid. It's going to be around about the £72,000 mark. 6R42. And then there's a racing version of it that is available. I see Porsche has been copying me again.